everyone, welcome to the Hands Up for Trad afternoon show. I've written in my script that it's getting much colder here in Loch Lomond, but as I look out the window, it's actually got quite nice today. So the rest of my script is a waste of time. I said also I wonder if September will get any warmer. Well, it looks quite nice today. So anyway, no worries. The radiators are now on in the Hands Up for Trad. So remember, please tell us where you're watching from. Please welcome our fantastic guests today, Adam Holmes, Graham Mackenzie, Ellie McLaren, and possibly Timmy D in a little bit. Can I ask, does anyone have Timmy D on their Facebook that they could possibly send him a message with the link to join the Skype? Because I can't, I'm multitasked to the max here.
I could probably do that for you, Simon. Hold on.
So, I love a bit of live. Oh, Adam's gone to do that, of course, right? Yeah. So, Graham, what have you been doing today?
Not too much. I had a leisurely morning, and I had a massage actually this morning, which has helped.
That's amazing.
Very nice.
Who did that for you?
At a sports club.
Oh, I didn't know what answer I was really looking for there. Right, so shall we carry on while we try to get a hold of Tim? And we're going to watch the video from Aval. It's her latest single. It's called Annabelle Lee.
Many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, there lived a maiden you may know, by the name of Annabelle Lee. No other thought did trouble her mind, but to love and be loved by me. We were children both in this kingdom by the sea. We love with the love that was more than love. I am my Annabelle Lee, with the love that the winged angels hide, coveted her and me. This was the reason long ago in a kingdom by the sea. A wind blew from a stormy cloud that took my Annabelle Lee. Then her wicked brothers came to steal her away from me. They shut her up in a tomb below in a kingdom by the sea. No maiden's grave could sever my soul from the love she bore for me. For the moon don't beam without a dream, my darling Annabelle Lee.
Fantastic from Aval. Please welcome singer-songwriter Adam Holmes.
Hi, everyone.
Now, Adam, you are currently running a Kickstarter campaign for your fourth album, Dreamweaver. How's it going?
It's been amazing. Yeah, there's 10 days left, and I think we're at 110% at the minute. So I couldn't be better, really. And actually, I've really enjoyed the process. It's a thing that I think I used to be quite judgmental about crowdfunders until it's time for you to do one. And actually, the thing I've really enjoyed about it is kind of interfacing with people and sort of speaking to them directly, and also just getting a sense of your audience being out there, which has been really quite humbling and encouraging.
And you've been working and a partnership with Boo Hewardine and Matty Folds. Will the songs on this album coming from that partnership?
I'd say again, sorry, Simon.
Yeah, no, you've been working in partnership with Boo Hewardine and Matty Folds. Is that part of this album process?
Yes, yeah. So me and Boo have been writing songs in quite a weird way, in that my kind of current process is, what I do is I'll sit down for an hour and I'll sort of bash out 20 minutes on each song and kind of do 3 songs in an hour, just kind of try and get the bones of something, just try and catch a feeling. It could be like a verse or a chorus, and really not to put too much energy into trying to perfect it and totally refine it, but just sort of capture the initial bit of energy. So I ended up with, I had something like 60 of these kind of snippets of stuff. And I've been working with Boo, sort of expanding them and creating more dynamic. And it's been really nice because we'll kind of meet up on Zoom and just have a chat. And generally the conversation will actually inform the songs, So Boo's been really brilliant for kind of just saying, why don't you just say that?
So tell me,
so kind of making it more conversational. What
is it like working and writing together? Because we've obviously got a few writers on the panel today. How does it work for you? So Boo says, "Have you tried that? Is that how it works?"
I think it's different for every project, isn't it? So I think for this one, because it's my album of songs, so he's kind of helping me to expand upon the seeds that are already there, whereas if I was writing something with him specifically for a different thing, it might come out entirely different. So I think a lot of his job in this capacity is to help me finish things and help me to see perspectives which I couldn't see on my own. So it's an easy process because basically he's doing exactly what I want him to do, if that makes sense. Whereas I think, for instance, writing in the context of a band, that can be a lot more of a struggle because you're trying to kind of meet everyone's needs within it sufficiently, and I'm not saying that Boo has not found this process gratifying and enjoyable. I'm just saying because it's ultimately going to end up being my album, my name on it, so it's a little bit of a different process in that context. But
we should actually put the Kickstarter link actually on the screen as well. It's quite long.
the chat in the Kickstarter.
It's kickstarter.com/projects/Adam Holmes 4//Dreamweaver-New-Album-From-Adam-Holmes.
I kind of thought if I just went for a nice easy one, lots of people would find it. So
that could be one of your songs.
There you go. Anything could be a song.
Well, you can always go to your website to find that as well, which is adamholmesmusic.co.uk, or actually just do Adam Holmes Kickstarter, search on Google, and it all comes up. We're going to watch a video from your last album, Midnight Milk, Adam. It's the video, Whatever It Is You Do. Can you tell us about this video? Because it's a wee bit different.
I can tell. I mean, what's funny about it is I used to kind of study photography, and I've got a lot of friends that sort of work in that world, and I really enjoy the visual side of things. So my main memory of it was Rachel was heavily pregnant, and it was -5. And my niece, the lead actress in it is actually my niece. And my main memory was editing the video because a lot of it was shot outside and not being able to use most of the takes because she was like shaking and had tears coming out of her eyes from the cold and stuff. So it was definitely my main memory of that video is just being absolutely freezing.
Well, let's watch it.
I gotta keep on moving, kinda living past now. We're not the first ones to struggle, and we won't be the last now. Ashes and gas for the savage and the heartless. So far we've traveled, but we made it to the darkness.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great. Graham, have you ever written in partnership before?
Well, I worked with the McFalls Chamber for the Distill project, so it was nice to kind of hear kind of some of their ideas coming with a piece that was already written, and kind of work a little bit with them and a group who are so experienced in working with composers. So that was nice to do that.
Yeah, and what about you, Ellie?
Just through uni tasks and things like that, but nothing on a kind of official capacity yet.
I'll have to say it's not something I've ever done, actually. I'm much better in a dark cupboard somewhere.
I think it was something I was afraid of for a long time, just because there's a real comfort to it's, you know, writing is one of the only places that you just get to be whoever you want to be in that moment, and I always felt like that was quite a kind of private thing, if that makes sense. But actually, I think a lot of it is about finding the right people, isn't it?
Yes.
That you feel comfortable with and that you appreciate their ideas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it works best when, you know, it's like any relationship, it works best when the sum of all of it creates something that is more powerful than the individual parts.
Yeah, it's true. And of course, you've recently been part of another partnership, the Right Light Sessions.
Not the red light.
Not the red.
Yeah, as we discovered. Yeah, that was, so the video that you just saw, the music video, that's a friend of mine's, Tommy. Me and him have been collaborating for years on things, and we had this idea to kind of, weirdly, just before lockdown actually kicked in, we had this idea to kind of film very high quality, sort of cinematic, nice sounding performance videos. So the last one we did was in the Assembly Roxy with like 9 people on the day before lockdown. And then we went into lockdown, and it seemed like this very kind of serendipitous skill set to have acquired right before everyone was looking to do live streams. So it was a really interesting project.
And then to go back again to, you've just released another album with Heidi. He says Heidi Talbot. Yes, Face the Fall. Now that's just come out this year as well, hasn't it?
This year or last year, I can't actually remember which, to be honest.
Yeah, and so that's a partnership. How did you meet up with Heidi?
I met her through, did quite a lot of touring with John McCusker, and she would occasionally come and join us for some stuff, and then her and John did a tour together, like a sort of 10-year tour, and I joined for that, playing guitar, and we just always, I think we're just really, really good pals, and we like a lot of the same music, and it just quite naturally kind of organically grew into It was just a chat backstage at a gig in Glasgow, and it was kind of like, could we do an album? And yes, and then we kind of just did. So.
Well, that's great. Well, we're going to watch the video "Keep a Hold on Me" live from the Key sessions. I've started it in the middle, just so if people listen to the lyrics, they won't have any sense of what's going on.
Yeah, that's why we.
Hi, great stuff. I just want to say a few shout outs to people. Hi to Lindsay. Hi to Philip McHenry, who's skiving work today. And hi to Sheila from a very wet Birmingham. Morag from Turfickin. And Anne from Oslo. Brilliant. And Tom in Motherwell, where it is currently dry. Now, at the top of the show, I did mention that we are going to have a quiz, and we have a new quizmaster today. Let's have a big hand for Ellie. So I think, Ellie, as there was a bit of confusion at the start, you're going to read 2 questions. So everyone, all the audience watching at home, you get ready to answer them too. So on you go.
So the first one is, what's the name of Siobhan Miller's latest album?
I've got Google here. I might just Google.
That's not right.
Right, I think that's a time up.
Well, it's All Is Not Forgotten.
Oh, pathetic.
And then second question should be a bit easier. Who is the Tarland fiddler?
Paul Anderson.
Yes.
Thank goodness I got that one.
That would be a bit awkward.
Right, well, next up we have Graham Mackenzie, fiddler Graham Mackenzie. Philip McHenry saying it's All Is Not Forgotten is the best album of the year. Now, Graham, you did something very unusual last week, especially since March. What was that?
A gig. Something that we're not used to doing.
And where was that?
In Sylvanes, which is about a couple of hours north of Montpellier in France.
Yes, very good. And was it it's a silly question, but was it a flight?
Flight, yeah. Flight and train. So just the normal way of travelling, really.
And what's it like flying at the moment?
Everyone's a little bit cagey, I think. I've flown a couple of times now over the last month. First time was a little bit bit apprehensive going, and then into about the third flight that I've taken now, it's getting back to normal now, I think, and people are feeling a little bit more comfortable with traveling, I think, and you can see it with the numbers in the flights going up now. So
interesting. Now you have been actually quite busy since lockdown. What are a few of the things that you've been doing?
Well, I don't know if I'm busy, but I was a part of an online concert that Kieran Alger put together extremely well in May, which feels like a very, very long time ago now. So that was really good fun putting that all together, and learning a little bit more about the kind of recording process and using mics and video and everything to put it all together yourself. So that was a big learning curve doing that at the start, but very worthwhile in the end. So that was good, and I've been teaching quite a bit as well online. So yeah, I'm just trying to maintain a kind of healthy lifestyle as best as you can, really. Trying to do as much exercise.
Of course, because you're a runner, aren't you?
Well, I enjoy running, yeah, and I kind of got into a bit of cycling as well. So it was nice to do something, and something a wee bit different, and see a bit more of the surrounding area that you really don't know. Well, certainly I don't know much past the kind of Glasgow area, and it's nice to kind of see out in the campsies and places that I've never kind of really spent much time. So it's nice to do that.
Well, let's have a wee look at the video where you collaborate with yourself.
Yeah.
That must have made it a little bit easier. And
Oh yeah.
Right, so you're playing fiddles here and piano. You're just so talented.
Well, the piano switches on. Let's put it that way. Let's put it on.
Fantastic. That's a great sounding piece of music. Now, back, is it 2017 you released your album Crossing Borders?
16, I think. 16. Yeah, after a Celtic Connections commission. So I think it was launched at Blass in Eden Court in 2016. I think that's the year.
And did Celtic Connections commission it before you played it at Blass in? Or the album was released at Blass, I see, right? Yes.
The album was at Blass, and the commission was the year before that, as part of the New Voices.
And is it the same musicians that are on the New Voices that are on the album?
Yes. Yeah, exactly the same lineup. Yeah.
That's great, actually. And because you also released a tune book as well, didn't you?
Yeah, the year after. I think I can't remember exactly what year it was. Maybe 2018. I think the tune book came out. So it's nice to have and put it all together. And all the tunes of the New Voices in there, plus a few other ones that I'm going to be recording. Well, I'd planned to record on a new album that was planned to start in March, but obviously put on hold. So hopefully at some point this year that's going to happen.
And is that and all your compositions again?
It's going to be a half and half one, actually. So there's a lot of sets that I've played for years now, and I never got round to recording them, and it's always something that I wanted to do was put together just tunes that everyone knows as well, and not just kind of play just my own music. I would like to kind of record some old tunes and ones that I've been playing since I've I've started, basically.
And have you thought about adding any sort of Edinburgh-based songs or Braemar-based tunes to that distinct collection?
Off the top of my head, no, not yet.
Because Adam is the ideal partner. He's writing with everybody.
I know, yeah.
I'm here, buddy.
Just like extra sales as well. None of that instrumental stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Well, you know what? I was interested in that studio experience for the album because in the video, we're going to watch a video of you playing Mrs. Mackenzie's, and everyone seems to be having such a great time.
Well, we did have a good time. It's just a load of friends, really, and they so happen to be very good musicians. So we did have a really, really good time making it and rehearsing it. So.
And can you name them all without forgetting one person?
Pardon?
Can you name all the people on that without forgetting anybody?
This is a tough one. Megan Henderson and my brother Robbie Mackenzie on fiddles. Then Innes Watson on viola and guitar. Alice Allen on cello, Stuart Wilson on double bass, Jim Molyneux on piano, Kirsty Beaton on harp, Scott Wood on pipes and whistles, and myself. I think that was it. Please, I haven't forgotten anyone. And my mum features on a few tracks as well. So,
and actually, I noticed on that video that Innes starts off playing the guitar, then ends up playing the viola, but the guitar carries on.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's so talented.
Well, let's watch it because it is a great video. Great stuff. Now you might notice on your screens there that there's a blank. Oh, that was well done, Adam. That was fast.
Thank you very much.
To get it all here on the Hands of a Trad afternoon show. Keep remember and tell us where you're watching from, guys. Always good to hear it. And remember, share the shows. If you've got any questions as well for the guys, write them in the comments. Oh, that'd be good to hear. But we've actually got our third quiz question. Ellie?
So, where were the first Trad Awards held?
Cuba. Was it Cuba?
And what year?
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know the year.
Okay.
Oh, well. No.
No.
It's not gone well. So, do you not know where the first ones were? Apart from Cuba. They were in Edinburgh, in the Queen's Hall.
Were they?
Yeah, right beside where the red light sessions were. I recognised them actually, yeah, in 2003.
Right.
So we're getting quite near to 20, the 20th Trad Awards now. And hopefully we'll have some very exciting news about the Scots Trad Music Awards 2020 coming very soon. And if you have released, if anyone out there has released an album in the last 12 months, you need to add it to go to scotstradmusicawards.com and add it, because there is still an album of the year. Adam Sutherland has just said incorrect. I'm not sure what, though. Right, now,
Just
so...
all of it.
All of it. Now, we were meant to be having Tim Eadie on next, and he is amazing, and he's such an amazing instrumentalist. And I thought, he's not here, but I thought we could just play his video here. But Adam, were you saying that you played with Tim earlier on in the year?
I had my first experience of Tim Eadie at the start of this year. Yeah, we did a gig, which is a sort of extension of a session that happens in Edinburgh in a pub called the Cask and Barrel. That's usually Toby Shippey and Jen Austen on piano and Kieran Ryan on the fiddle. And Tim comes along quite a bit. And Toby decided he wanted to kind of take the session to Celtic Connections and sort of present it in that context of a live gig. So I'd seen Tim in the pub a few times. I'd never seen him in the context of a live gig, but he was very, very excited. And a highlight for me was because I would kind of go off and on, and I was sitting backstage and just listening to him do this solo piece of kind of stuff on the flamenco guitar, and it was absolutely wonderful.
He is. He's very talented. He's actually very good at the old technology as well. This video that we're going to watch is him playing a ukulele, and but he's actually using playing a ukulele with a loop station. And yeah, it's great.
Look out, Ed Sheeran! Here comes the Edie.
Let's watch Tim in action. Brilliant, fantastic, Tim. And actually, look out for Tim's shows. He does a regular Saturday show online called Sleeping Tunes, and that's Dave Pullen saying the same thing on the comments. They could go on for hours, I believe, but they're full of Tim being absolutely fantastic, playing accordion, playing brilliant guitar. Definitely worth checking out. Right, so Ellie, you have another quiz question for us?
I do. So, which US band does Heidi Talbot sing with?
Cherish the Ladies.
I've done that
Woohoo!
A joint effort, Adam.
So, our next, I'm working to a script here. I would think so. So me and our next guest have worked together before. Here is an example of me and Ellie's work. As you know, we are big fans of the fiddler James Scott Skinner and the Simon Tremere vlog and his famous march, the Duke of Fife's Welcome to D-Side.
So, who is the Duke of Fife? Well, he is Alexander William George Duff, 1st Duke of Fife, KG,
KT,
GCVO,
VD,
PC.
HGV.
He was born in Edinburgh and was married to Princess Louise, the third child and eldest daughter of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra, and granddaughter of Queen Victoria.
There you go, Ellie. So tell me some more about the Duke of Fife.
Can't really remember that much, to be honest. That was nearly a year ago, wasn't it? Over a year ago.
That's when we used to do things together.
Yeah. He has something to do with the Fife Arms, doesn't he?
Well, we had a good time actually because we went. That was his house behind us.
Yeah.
And then we also went to the sort of the hall behind it, didn't we? That had all the stag's heads.
Stag ballroom. Yeah.
That was amazing. And did we also see his grave at the other side of his house?
Maybe.
Was that a memorial?
Oh, was it at the kirk?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Because we couldn't get in. That was right. It was locked.
Yeah.
So anyway, Ellie, you are from Braemar. When did you first hear the fiddle?
I was in primary 4, I think, and Paul Anderson came to the primary school in Braemar and did a kind of, not really a workshop, but kind of like an introduction to Scottish music, and I was amazed. And then I annoyed my parents for 6 months to get lessons, and they thought I would let it go, but I didn't.
And were your parents into folk music?
Yeah. Well, my mum and dad are both musical, so yeah.
So they felt that there was this was your future.
Meant to be. Yeah.
And when did you actually think that you would like to do this professionally?
I'm not really sure. As I kind of went through academy, it was like I enjoyed school, but I wasn't really passionate about any particular subject or anything. So I just kind of thought, oh well, I'll just do music, I think, because that's what I wanted to do. It appealed to me the most. So.
What about you, Graham? When did you decide that you fancied a career in music? You're muted.
Pretty early on in school, actually. I would say around about 2nd or 3rd year. I knew it was something that I wanted to kind of put my all into and really try to make that my career.
And because you, Adam, you never really thought about it like that at all, did you? It came to you in many ways.
It came. Well, to be honest, you're pretty much to blame in some ways, Simon, because you got in touch. I think I was probably 18, and I worked on building sites, so I just used to do that, and I was sort of doing gigs on the side, and I remember you getting in touch and saying, you should apply for the Young Trad. And I thought, yeah, I'll just send it in, and I did the same with the Young Folk Award, and I kind of didn't think much about it, and I just carried on working, and I sort of got into both. So I did them, and then I was kind of doing a few gigs on the side and still working. I had one job on the building site, which was my last job, which was we were digging out floors for underfloor heating. So I was just at it for 4 months doing that, doing a few gigs on the side, and I kind of thought maybe I'll be a joiner. I always quite fancied that as a trade, And I was kind of like, if I just work really hard, maybe this guy will give me an apprenticeship, because they're quite hard to get. And then I remember on my 20th, the day before my 20th birthday, Andy, my boss, said, I'll give you a joinery apprenticeship. And I went away, and it was kind of this like, which way will I go moment. You know, it was kind of like a sliding door moment. And I went out for drinks on my 20th birthday, and I remember there was a band playing. It's a bar called Banshee's Labyrinth in Edinburgh, where they have a lot of live music. And there was a band playing, and I just remember it was a very kind of specific moment, that in that moment I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So the next day I handed my notice in and walked into Rura pretty much straight away, which was really lucky in a way. You know, not everyone gets that opportunity. At that, it's still young, but you know, at that age of 20, 21, to kind of sort of walk into a band that's already sort of touring and selling records and stuff like that. So
yeah, so
that's kind of how.
So Ellie's, that's all right, going through more of a slightly more conventional route. So, and interestingly, so Ellie's studying at the University of the Highlands and Islands on the distance course. So, Ellie, since March, not a lot has changed for you.
Not really, no. Just the whole kind of final recital thing at the end of the year, because we usually go up to Stornoway for about a week and like do various workshops and have our assessments and stuff, and so that was kind of the major change, like the fact that we didn't physically have to go somewhere to do it. But what we did was we recorded, so it was like an 18-minute recital. We recorded half of it and then did half of it over video conference. So we had the other half kind of as like a backup in case, like, you know, internet and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, nothing really changed that much apart from that.
All right. Well, we're going to listen to you playing a tune. It's a tune that you did for the recent Stonehaven Folk Festival. And Graham, if you're listening, this is a possibility for the album. I have to say, this is a great tune, Ellie, and you really need to tell us about the title. It's called The Naked Hill Runner.
Yeah, so I wrote it just over a year ago, and I was working in the Fife Arms, as we mentioned before, and it was on a weekend, and we'd all just finished our shift, and we decided to go to a bar in another hotel in the village called the Invercald Arms, and as the evening progressed, a group of my pals decided that it would be a good idea to strip naked in the middle of the road in the village and run up one of the hills. So yeah, that was that.
And at that
we
moment,
don't really talk about it.
And at that moment, you got your fiddle out.
Yeah, at that exact moment, I just have it with me all the time. No, I thought about it, and then, I wrote the tune, and then was trying to think of a name, and then I was like, oh, that's a funny thing that happens.
Well, let's have a listen to this. This is the Naked Hill Runner. That was Graham. So that's fantastic. Well, listen, we've got the final question in the quiz here, but I think we really need to have the quiz theme tune because I forgot to play it earlier. Right, Ellie.
So, Runrig retired after how many years as a band?
136.
Now, come on, Graham, you said you were going to get this one.
40.
Close.
How long?
45.
Oh, well, not bad. Not bad.
Oh, well.
I'll take-
Not bad, yes. 45 glorious years. So thanks to everybody for listening today. Thanks very much to my guests, Adam Holmes, Graham Mackenzie and Ellie McLaren. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be back next Wednesday with more guests, maybe Tamidi. Although we played his video. But definitely a guest is the brilliant piano player Dave Milligan. Don't forget to check out our Hands Up for Trad musicclub.co.uk, where you can buy tickets for Brayback and Talisk on the 28th and the 29th of August. They'll be playing live for us, which is amazing. Anything else? I'd like to thank Creative Scotland for all the support, and that's been a lot of support since March. And again, if you do have an album out in the last 12 months, please go to scottstradmusicawards.com and input it. So I'll see you later. Thanks very much.